People pick them 3-0. It's a very reasonable thing to do, actually, even though you think, oh, you don't want to risk it on NaVi. It's a different NaVi these days.
Right.
But just because it was the past doesn't mean that it'll happen again. And NaVi will always have to continue to prove that they're that good. So this is Vitality's best chance to take down a team like NaVi in this major, as far as I'm concerned.
We'll find out if there are more shaky legs for the incoming legends on their start. Some Die Young, let's not watch him. A tough situation, but simple. Ooh, we're gonna get up into some antics already, or we were meant to at least. Apex, he keeps eyes on Palace, puts down Simple in an instant, and we've got Vitality following through from ramp into the post plant, bomb plant, bit back. It's kind of looking over, but NaVi want to take one last look at this. One final check. They're gonna go up into the ticket. It's ZywOo on the forefront. Nice flash from Apex. And Electronic, even with the blindingness, is still in with the kill. Just like Perfecto, gonna keep this retake rolling. Apex up next. Bomb's getting tapped. That's gonna force these T's to come out from it. And Spinx, he should be the insurance policy had Apex gone down. That is not the case. And as the bomb pops, we've got Vitality following through from ramp in with a pistol. But that SDY fight, man, that's 10 bullets out of the USP, nothing hits. That is more of what we got out of the likes of Liquid at the start of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he had a spot where they sent a bunch of it's either you get gushed twice and you die in CT spawn, or you live forever. And we got the latter, and yet he still couldn't get a kill versus 3 players, while he wasn't even blind for most of that. So not a great start. Not a great start whatsoever. And we, you know, see that these matchups, this one in particular, this could go 30 rounds for any number of reasons. It is just a team with a lot of history, 2 teams with a lot of history versus each other that are really probably excited and ready to play each other. I'm sure Vitality could have chosen. They would chose to avoid NaVi through the whole legend stage, of course. But they knew coming into this as a low seed, because they struggled to make it all the way through challengers, having to play every single round, that this was very possible. And now here we are, and it's a good start for them. This is a map on T side where Spinx, well, as he normally is a lurker. In my opinion, sometimes I think this is one of the maps where it stands out that he takes sometimes too long to lurk. And I think it's better to be a bit late than a bit early, and I think that's a consistent thing with lurkers. Both are bad, but it's the lesser of 2 evils. And so Spinx just staying alive and making presence sometimes really can affect rotations.
Hey there. Yeah. Apex, easy double.
And when we switch over, it'll be Bit to take his spot, who I think actually lurks better in the sense of being more effective in underpass, at also finding kills, taking fights, and being a little bit less selfish.
Oops. Uh-oh. ZywOo doesn't get covered. How dare you let him die? But it's the only casualty versus Vitality. That's a cool head-to-head to keep our eyes on then. Watching for Bit. You know, that's somebody who, when he came into this roster, you know, at first there was slight growing pains, and then once he took off, man, it felt like he was never in his life ever going to have a bad event. I think things have kind of cooled off since. We've seen that Bit is indeed mortal.
Everyone
like
wins their major and gets lazy.
That's how it goes, man. But yeah, cool to see. We'll see him versus Spinx as things go on. NaVi had to take that second round loss so that they could come in to round 3 with a commendable bye.
Yeah, I think, you know, actually Bit is having a pretty incredible year overall. I thought there was going to be more inconsistency here. Not great Pro League, very mid Cato when they got 3rd, 4th at the beginning of the year. Outside of that, he's been well in the green, and that's a promising sign. He's also not really a question at majors, which is a big thing, even if you think his form is not going to be that great. And Antwerp, where they, of course, lost in the finals, he had a 1.22 rating across the event. So kind of like Rain, who may be inconsistent in general. At majors, more or less, you're just expecting big things. And we saw that hot start from Rain a little earlier on.
Stealing the show. Electronic.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, yeah. He's going to jump right into the 2 Ts waiting for him. dupreeh's got a nice double. Bit comes in with headshots, though. That is on brand. And we are left 3v3. Now, we've got this forward position, of course, coming out from SDY. Gets drawn into the gunfight and will best Magisk. It's his teammate in Simple who actually drops the ball inside the A site. Spinx getting the better of him with the Galil. And ZywOo barely standing at this point, but same can be said for Bit and SDY. Yep. Molotov, can't peek that, not on such little HP. Oh, Bit, even if he wasn't low. Another headshot. Wow. Spinx, time to show your worth. Time to clutch this out. You know their positions, both of them. And the Galil gets the better of what was little left of SDY. Spinx, quick reposition. He's not going to assume that walk up yet. He's just going to hope that Bit doesn't kind of clear him, and he catches a little end of it. Oh, Spinx going to finish it off. A 1v2 and a 3K in the round for Vitality's third win.
So there was a small error there, of course, from NaVi when they were approaching mid. And it's not as if Electronic had no idea they could be outside of the window, but as you can see from the spacing, they were clearing off Cat, so he assumed it was being watched already, and that boost was taking place. Bit still made this round competitive by finding the frags that he did, the 3 frags that he did, but off of that one error, you could see Vitality really snowballing in that position. So again, outside of Bit, oh my god, he's just like me for real. Okay.
Welcome to the major. Simple has arrived.
Killed him twice so far this game. This is more of a head-to-head kill. Last one, poor guy was just planting the bomb. Who puts ZywOo on bomb plant duty?
I don't know.
Only Apex would do something like that.
I don't know. That's another one where we say there's method to the madness. Because there's certainly madness in all the best ways.
Feeling period. As Vitality gets scared. I mean, you would be. It's kind of tough going for mid control when you get picked off like that. Very hard to threaten the extremities of the map when the other team knows you're down a player. And so, but it looks like they found a really good transition. Now there's gaps here for Simple to look back into. Now Simple actually might take advantage of this. We'll see. Oh, he spotted. Oh my god! On the way down, dupreeh, let him land.
No third. He will fall, and they know that SDY is stuck, but bad nade, not going to be a problem. Magisk finishes off the kill. We've got a player up on ramp. It's Electronic. Time to channel the Deeg. And then Perfecto is also cleared off from top connector. Bit will get his hands on an AK. Bomb plant safely behind the triples. Flashes, smokes, and departure for Vitality. So, Simple with the 2 Juan Deegs, and Vitality still with the 4-0 start.
Yeah. I think we all thought like every major in the last year, calendar, or just year, sorry, like, you know, in the last 2 majors with this one, I could have said that way better, I'm pretty sure, but there hasn't been a major where I feel like it's been harder to figure out who was actually the favorite. Like, it kind of like, in retrospect, after Stockholm happened, it was like, yeah, of course NaVi were going to win. You know what I mean? And then Antwerp, it was like, oh, okay, it's going to be a FaZe NaVi final. That, even though we were all scared about it, like, who would actually be, but they still made that final happen. And for this one, there's just so much parity. I mean, we compare the, not to take away from NaVi when they won Stockholm, but Vitality are the only good team outside of that. They are the only one team who won a LAN outside of them that year. That was a very strange year of CS, and that, yes, NaVi were much farther ahead than them, but this year, that just isn't the case. FaZe already won a major this year with NaVi being a #1, had broken into their #1 randomly in the rankings. There's still the idea that Cloud9 have wins over Vitality, wins over NaVi, wins over FaZe, all this year as well. There is just an unbelievable amount of teams right now that are all playing at such a high level. And Bit, oh, he gets killed throwing his lineup nades. Now, that's what he always does. He waits for the smoke in window, lines up his molly for top boxes, and then they try to clear mid control.
That was a sick bombardment.
Yeah.
I didn't see if he got caught by damage while dropping, or if it was all utility.
I think it was a lot. It was like both them firing at him and
just a handful of frag grenades.
I'm almost positive that was just straight up a demo kill.
I would love to see it back. 3 nades, says Max. Thank you, production, for the confirmation. And Simple, well, he'll find dupreeh as the Palace push looks to come through. There's a second. Spinx gets shut out. ZywOo's down. Simple starting to connect. We could feel it with the Deegs, and now he gets his hands on that AWP. Makes a world of difference inside that A site. We have NaVi on the scoreboard. Even despite Bit being blown to pieces, it's a 4 versus 5 win off of Simple's op from jungle.
That was the craziest M I've ever seen. Here it is. Yeah, they're just looking for him. Bit must feel loved with the amount of tension he just got right there. Only hard shots here for Simple from this pocket inside jungle. That's a good sign for NaVi. He's got the telescope in the B halls right now. Just spotting the cross. And the best part, of course, is that he gets the info, but they don't get any back. They have no idea about an op here for now.
Electronic gets killed.
Yeah. He made a feast of that, and he was a little bit too full, I think.
Sai was ready. It's just the scout, but it still hits its mark and leaves a mark. Bit dropped to 30. Funny to see Bit throw a frag grenade back this time from the smoked window to top mid. Taste of their own medicine, but negligible damage in the grand scheme of this round.
Adjustment looks pretty good here for NaVi, right? Because they have deep B control with the op on bench, so they're kind of clear on cat. They don't even need necessarily mid to feel comfortable. And that's a free shot. Zywoo goes down.
Not ready.
For bench is Perfecto finds Spinx, but dupreeh finding that trade make things a little bit more interesting. However, the bomb is actually still in connector. Now we might turn eyes to SDY.
Yeah, walks out, gets the better of Apex, keeps himself pretty healthy on 79 HP. Magisk going for the bomb plant, hoping no one pressures, and he's good. Jungle fight goes his way. That was Bit wounded earlier, and Magisk taking it all into his own hands. He still has dupreeh to work with over on that B site. It's just a nightmare for Perfecto to think where'd that second guy go. And now with the headshot into Magisk, this bomb site's cracked open. Perfecto from around the world onto the A site, cleans up shop with a 3K from B apartments on the couch to cruising into A.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, key movements, and this looked like just as clutch from Magisk. It felt like he was playing a 1-on-3 here with the way he put this together. But Perfecto, this is part of the reason he's a small site player. He's actually an incredible clutch player, and when he joined in his rookie year, in the first few months, he had the most clutches in 2020 that to match up with players like Roki when they came into phase, were putting up an unbelievable amount of clutches as well. Usually small sites get a little bit more or less love. On Mirage these days, people are going B a lot more frequently, however, which has been nice.
Apex with what could be the golden ticket for Vitality's 5th round. Get that smoke grenade in position. It's all they have to work with. And the AK of Magisk armored. You think Spinx and dupreeh up next. NaVi not going to shy away from a little free map control. Just being held by Deeks. Come at this.
Little details to boost to just make sure that they don't peek a little bit too far. Ooh. Wow.
Because suddenly that could happen. Yeah. Simple. That's sweet revenge. A victim of a 1D instead of the distributor. Perfecto no longer pressed up into the apartments. That was Vitality as they also kind of allowed for the mid to go. Walked up through apps. Spinx gonna connect to the head of Perfecto. Goes and grabs that AK off the dead body of Magisk, but again, he's so low already.
Oh my God,
you'd think the rotation comes through and all's good. Bit finds Spinx. AK exchanges hands yet again, but now with Apex's death, it goes way too far forward. And all that remains inside the apartments gets cleaned up. Easy kills for NaVi once the gunfight's through and through. Only one round the difference as Vitality's lead slowly fades.
Indeed, it is. And we still don't know enough about... I mean, honestly, Bit looks really good, Simple looks really good, and I think that those are probably the two biggest questions for most people so far. Maybe an Electronic in there. I think overall he had a couple of weird months, but some also really strong tournaments this year.
Dude, he had that I'm going to call it unbelievable first map at the RMR.
Yeah. No, you can think of a better word. Go for it.
Stupendously impressive.
Okay, there we go.
First map at the RMR.
Yeah.
40 some odd kills. Just nasty stuff. And now we're going to have a little monitor problem. So
only interesting stat that I've seen from Vitality is from Magisk, who just quietly improved his form all year.
Sure.
And not, it's not taking as much space as some of the other players on his team, but one thing I noticed was in a lot of the kill matrices when he played against some of the harder competition, that he was killing the hardest to kill players more often than everyone else. So you get like an 18 kill game, he'd be playing against G2, and half his frags are just versus Monacy, and it's like, how did that happen? So
he's a big game hunter.
He's a big game hunter. That's, yeah, I like that. In terms of quality of impact, with Magisk, it's high.
I think it's also curious because it kind of went down under the shadow of Spinx's first showing, right? Spinx looked really good out of the gate, and we've kind of seen that taper off a little bit. But Magisk all the while just crawling right behind him. I would say now surpassing him in terms of consistency.
Yeah, a little bit. I would say he's less well-rounded, and also because he lurks, he's going to get a few more kills. He is obviously a really, really strong player, but
back into the action. Waste no time. Apex straight off the pause into the top mid hit. ZywOo catches Simple, and this is the gun round. So for Vitality to get a 5 versus 3 in the opening 20 seconds, excellent improvement.
Yeah, feels good with a pace like that as well.
You just kind of kick them while they're down. Straight out of the pause, right back, 10 on the dial, full speed ahead.
So Magisk, this is a weird spot. I mean, it feels fine for Vitality. They're holding a ramp push. Magisk may die here, but then he'll get info on the push, and that allows his teams to be able to kind of get into a ramp. We'll see who actually finds this frag, but they've avoided his crosshairs for now. Bit can watch for shadows.
He can shoot at them too.
But they can't really let go of a ramp pressure because they're
Apex
is a connector player here, and that's Apex in jungle as well.
Meanwhile, we also get this insurance policy from Spinx working out from the B apartments. ZywOo heads up towards the ticket, and Vitality have sure enough circumvented the extra issues that NaVi wanted to throw their way. Nicely done by Apex to just kind of keep them locked in. So with this one, it's 5 terrorist round wins for Vitality.
Yeah, that was a very quick call, of course, the run-up cat, and it just ran over top of Simple and killed his support first, which makes it very uncomfortable for him. They also identified his lurk smoke right away, and then just put bullets into his body, into the ground. And that's pretty much what it came down to. Like a fast opening tactic like that, sometimes it is a game of rock, paper, scissors with the window smokes. You're not always smoking window. Sometimes you're only smoking top mid. Sometimes you're smoking both. Sometimes you're swinging if you don't think the opera will start window. This stuff is very tendency-based, and some operas, if they pick the right opportunity to start window, you're just going to see someone dry swinging. You spend too other parts of the map. That's why we see moments where it's like, why wouldn't you flash that? Well, it's like they're trying to catch a tempo. They know that Simple is not going to be there. Okay, so they try it.
Simple arrived at the hotel to begin the Legend stage. Sponge went up to him, kind of wanted to collect some of his thoughts, asked him if he'd been watching, and Simple said he watched every single map, and that he still believed in both Vitality and Cloud9 moving forward towards playoffs.
Yeah.
So the GOAT obviously observing the struggles, but not writing off what I think some people have started to do, right? Vitality struggles 2 rounds away versus OG from just getting eliminated straight up in challengers.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, it would be silly to discount them totally. It's fair to be kind of cautiously nervous if you're a fan, but at the same time, there's just too many things about their past performances to zoom in on just 1 week.
Fair. Electronic zooms quickly to the top of mid, finds 2 kills here in round 9. That's
with the bomb as well.
Quick and easy.
And he doesn't really have to try to protect it. I don't know if they're watching underpass for him, but I don't even know how aggressive he can get. In fact, the longer it just chills, it's free time off the clock as well. Wow, this is with 2 pistols in hand here for NaVi.
Still floating around.
These are 2 guns that they can go and collect as well if the round ends.
Little skin there. Magisk trying to piece it together.
Just waiting for a mistake if they can find it. Magisk might find a time to clear under balcony.
Nope. Simple. One of the few guns that NaVi walk in with.
Wow, that crack he was watching literally for Magic's pathing. Wow, that's nuts.
Give him a glimpse. It's like watching Rain and Cave on Ancient.
That's a huge call out, man.
Oh. Just can't reach it.
Arms aren't quite long enough there.
What's it doing out there?
I actually don't know. Actually don't know. Maybe they got rid of it when they went to top mid control. And then Apex said, no, you have to believe we can still win. Or maybe they feel comfortable in saving now.
Gonna let it go. So 2 survive here in Apex and Spinx, but NaVi throwing a wrench in the works by pushing Electronic top mid. I mean, he just deleted ZywOo on the repeak.
Yep.
So nice and sharp from NaVi's star turned in-game leader.
Early cat control is one of the biggest and best ways to control the map in the meta. Top mid smokes, leave a gap open on this side. If you do boost inside a window to get ladder room control, you can stop fast cat plays. And we know that NaVi are the best team in the world when it comes to playing cat. I think over the last couple of years, they've really proven that. They've done double ladder room setups. They've tripled up on caddy in times, and they've kind of shown that you can defend multiple parts of the map with just this one piece of map control. They don't do it quite as much anymore, but they're still going to find themselves there in important moments.
dupreeh and ZywOo working top middle again, side by side. This time, no interruption from Electronic. Apex coming up from the underground, so 3 pieces through middle. Bomb still back on T-spawn. Getting into the smoke spam and pressure off of Cat.
Huge part of the game there is to try to
timed
make them angry until they let the window smoke come up and then maybe threaten a peek, force the re-smoke, so slowing them down by spamming.
Bit should have certainly heard dupreeh. When dupreeh goes in there, he starts running.
Well, yeah, he's created big timings for himself, so he has to think that it's given up, you know, just in case.
Oh, dupreeh.
Yeah, there it is.
Finds it, and Simple then. Simultaneous kills. Electronic from a distance. Insta headshot Magisk. And Vitality's Spirit crushed.
This game doesn't have much of a theme to it. Like, they're going so back and forth with the way they're winning rounds. So much dominance one way and then the other. You watch this round alone, you think NaVi must be in the lead. Look how confident this was. All 3 duels won. But Vitality have some good rounds in here as well. Saw James call a great game with Outsiders on Mirage the other day. Oh, make that bounce. Oh, so close. And then I think he just got mad at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But it had to do with all different types of mid control. And I think thematically,
yes,
it looked so good because you could see his thought process every round as it went on about, okay, the CTs are playing aggressive here. Let's go for late mid control. We'll take it early on this round. And from conditioning perspective, it looked great. In this game, it feels like it's not clear who is better inside of middle right now and what the next move will be.
Little boost here, but yeah, it's going to get spotted out by Simple. This is kind of Vitality trying to do what was done to them. A few rifles sprinkled in with pistols, but both the rifles dropped quick, and ZywOo added to the tally. So mid control very much dominant here for NaVi. Simple's going to go back with the fresh AK, doing what he damn well pleases. And leaving dupreeh on his own, smothered by number 1. Simple, 6-5 lead for NaVi. CT side starting to get its legs beneath it. Remember, this was a 4-0 start for Vitality, so things have cooled off ever since.
That's about finding out who can get in the lead. Everyone's done well with their money, though. We've got like a lot of rounds that look like buys, but still have some concessions. The round with 2 pistols out of NaVi, 5-7s, they still won that off Electronics. Spray down at the top and middle. This round, Vitality have a lot of utilities. Apex with the Tech 9, which is fine. Having 4 players buy on T side is like solid. I think a lot of teams aren't brave enough to try it more consistently, but it saves you a lot of money. And sometimes people are buying 1 AK, just keeping 4 on the next round, just for the chance to get 2 or 3 kills. If you have a good enough entry in the moment. NaVi playing very active in hunting, but this time around the outside. focusing here on A ramp control. I get the sense they're playing this with a thought that there might be full pistols. I mean, maybe they can't read exactly what the money looks like here from Vitality. Versus exec, sometimes playing close positions is good. Playing sandwich, as long as you have connector control, is also pretty solid. But this will be a fairly heavy attack here as we cross the minute mark from Vitality.
Simple still locked in. SDY is going to be under pressure. Simple shot to the back of dupreeh, finds Magisk, and Apex guns him down. Now SDY's got the first trade, but the smokes are still up. That screen of cover could have been ZywOo's invite to cross. Instead, it's his chance to leave. Okay,
so if you think they're going back, sometimes you try to beat them either to B or go underpass. Oh, that's just going to be heard, I'm pretty sure, from Bit.
Perfecto's going to run over. Perfecto should get into position in time unless Spinx just cracks the headshot off. Nope. Gonna get away from him, and now poor ZywOo, who is called into this B bomb site, has to do it on his own, and as he falls down from window, Bit puts an end to him. It's the audible in A to B, that rotate, that ends up costing them. NaVi on high alert. Vitality thought maybe they could get one over them, but not this time, no sir.
Yeah, it feels like Vitality are able to do things, but NaVi are kind of just giving them leash, like understanding exactly what they're going to do with the space and feel very comfortable and look very calm. So the money is back to dire straits here for Vitality as we round out the half. Simple, once again, looking good on all guns. Very solid half so far. Multi-frags on rifles as well. Looks like a bit of collaboration between Simple and Electronic about how to play this upcoming situation. I think the coolest part about watching NaVi for sure is just how dynamic Simple is, because he creates for unique setups, a lot of rounds no matter what. He rotates the most, he plays the most positions on the most maps in my opinion, and is also confident in them. Doesn't just show up, shows up with a suit on.
You know, just a completely different caliber of player that can do what he pleases, when he pleases.
Yeah.
It's just an anomaly on the battlefield. Pleasure to watch. Pistols out, MAC-10 gets caught in the fire, and so it'll go down with absolute ease. Bit, Perfecto, they're all getting their own. And while Apex crosses over to the van, Perfecto, I like that. A little discipline as he tucks back in, didn't want to go down. And Electronic will come through with that final kill. So NaVi's CT side, again, from 0-4 to 8-5, all is good.
Yeah, I think if you have any questions today, I think they've been answered pretty aptly.
And I think compared to our last map, you know, we come into the day, we see this sudden hot streak from MOUZ continue on, the momentum embodied. We get this phase start that's great, but the asterisk of Cloud9 CT side, there's no reason to think that Vitality's CT side here is going to be some stupendous comeback or whatnot.
That and NaVi's T sides are insane, like,
you know,
especially on Mirage.
It finally feels like something's going as it should. And as the guns come into this A site, it doesn't go the way that Vitality would have hoped. It's an insta-2K between dupreeh and Spinx's deaths. Magisk left to try and grasp at something through middle, and he could catch Electronic, sure enough. But he loses so much health that Bit's peek off Catwalk is perfectly timed. Apex a bit disjointed, can't get in with the insta-trade frag, and instead he'll use that smoke, potentially against them. It's a creep, it's a crawl, it's a hope. It's a dream turned nightmare now. He's gonna have to take this duel, and he loses to SDY as ZywOo gets bested by Simple, and 4 up for NaVi, a counter-terrorist half that won't stop.
Yeah, I think we're getting into a situation where it's like maybe happy to get 5, where that didn't feel like it was gonna be the case. 5-4 at one point here for Vitality, and now down nearly by 5 rounds as well. I don't know how good their buy's going to be. Looks like a lot of Galils. 1 AK and a Deagle on ZywOo. I don't know whose fault that is, but he is 4 and 13.
Wow.
Yeah, not great so far. You know, T-side overpass, that's one thing. T-side Mirage, I expected to do a little bit more. There aren't too many people bringing things to the table right now.
Yeah. NaVi have showed up to play. Simple. Gonna miss a couple shots, puts pressure on SDY, gets down, and loses Simple, but he also lost them. Shrouded in secrecy, the smoke, the savior. SDY delivers. 3 kills and they still can't find him. Finally, ZywOo will. 2 dirty Deagles and only a couple others to connect. He's got them ahead of him. No bomb on his back. The flash goes high and he goes down. It's double digits to NaVi. A team coming into the Legends stage with absolute conviction. They've hit hard and Vitality need to bounce back.
Were you watching the Challenger stage from home?
Yes, all games.
All games?
Yeah.
Who's looking strong?
I think it's still like Cloud9 and Vitality. Even if they had 0-2, that was in best of 1 games, but in best of 3, it was some shaky games by Cloud9 and they did a lot of comebacks, but Vitality looked more stronger than Cloud9, still their favorites.
Brazil, best player in the world. You think you're going to be a fan favorite?
Yes, I hope and I believe that Brazilian crowd gonna cheer for our organization.
Sweet. And is this going to be NaVi and your second major? How are you feeling confident coming into this?
Yes, we had a really good preparation. We just need to see how it's gonna work on officials, and we need to get, like NaVi likes to get better form during the tournament. So hopefully we'll get even better form.
How do you feel about the opening game against Vitality?
Oh, it's gonna be 50-on-50 because they don't know what to expect from us, and we saw a lot of games, but they already had time to play on this stage and backstage, so it's going to be interesting.
Is this the most important event in your entire career?
Yeah, of course it is. It's my first Legend stage major in life.
So I guess there's a little bit of pressure, huh?
No, zero pressure.
Zero pressure?
Zero pressure.
How come?
Because we have a really good bootcamp, good practice, and we are ready for this tournament.
Do you want to tell me about the bootcamp? How long? Where were you at?
We were in Netherlands, Utrecht, for 12 days, and it was nice.
12-day bootcamp, so feeling ready and ready to go. Who do you think is going to be your hardest opponent here?
As always, FaZe probably.
You want another FaZe NaVi final?
I wish for.
All right, let's hope for that. Thank you for your time. Do you hate opping?
Was coussi-coussin. Nah, actually it's fine.
Because when Navera joined the team, you stopped opping on Inferno, you stopped opping a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, opping is kinda, I prefer play rifle, but...
Oh yeah?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
All right, that's good to know. If ZywOo wanted to stop opping, would you let him?
Of course not.
Yeah, so the people need you. Okay, they need the interview, they need you opping. ZywOo into the Legends stage, it's a step up from Challengers, but now you're facing some of the people you already know very well. Are you relieved to be out of the Challenger stage to play some of the better teams because you know them better?
No, actually I don't care. I mean, it's gonna be the same for us. We're gonna beat everyone. I mean, we're gonna try to beat them.
In your pick'em, are you 3-0?
No, I mean, we don't have prediction for that, so we're just gonna be game by game, and let's see.
Okay. And do you see yourself also as a favorite to win this major, the whole thing?
No, I mean, there's a lot of teams who can win the major, and I don't think we are the favorites, and just gonna play our game, and that's it.
Maybe best for ZywOo to set those tempered expectations. No. Are you favorites? No.
He wishes he could clone himself.
Yeah, man.
But not today,
ZywOos.
actually. He's not doing that well.
I don't know if we could handle it. That's true. He's not doing well. In fact,
Off day.
he's the bottom fragger.
Ooh!
Filthy.
No wonder he's so humble. Because he sucks. No, I'm just kidding. ZywOo had an incredible 1.40, rated across the Challenger stage, and this is the main reason Vitality. I'm going to say the main reason that Vitality are here to play NaVi today. And the first half is something, but hey, there are two halves to every story, as they say.
Quick pop out from Ramp. Bit gets slayed. Perfecto. Wow, he's coming with one, and Electronic will also offer a frag. So Apex up from Ticket. What's Electronic looking for? Staring at his shoes. He slides into Palace. And that's gonna, P250, worth. Bomb's still back on Ramp though. That kind of got weird. They got their players out, but they didn't get the bomb on site. And now Vitality going to start second-guessing things. They have to.
Oh, yeah.
ZywOo sent all the way back around the
they're
underground.
so worried they're getting outplayed, and really, it was just a forgotten bomb. But the thing is, the thing about this route, okay, past the minute mark, ZywOo does this early. He still doesn't know if they're walking up. He's going to clear out in a second. He's going to come back. And now they see the T's coming out. So good timing here for NaVi to take advantage of the space. And ZywOo might come in a little bit later and be a real threat here if they take too long to get this bomb plant down.
You know, cool guys show up fashionably late.
Shot.
ZywOo on the long flank. Perfecto's out of this one, so man advantage Vitality, and the other two CTs, ooh, they were going to tuck. Spinx decides to go in on his own, 3 headshots.
Really had to move.
And Vitality's 6th comes with it.
Statuesque.
Like a garden gnome.
Yeah. Something more impressive, like a Spinx.
Oh yeah, that too, I suppose, yeah.
But yeah, clean shots out of Spinx, and he CT side's no problem. I don't really have any. When I say he's not totally well-rounded, I say he could be better at lurking sometimes. CT side is definitely, he's got the skills. He buffs the Mirage big time. Him and D-Hop back on Ents, where I think the reason that Ents were so good at the map, on top of the calls and everything else, but in terms of sheer fragging output.
I'm getting nervous like I'm missing something. But no, it's pretty standard. Simple go kill. Desert Eagle in hand. And it's just Apex playing a dangerous game, man. You run in front of too many trucks, you will get run over. And that's a promise.
Yeah.
So
play Frogger enough times and you'll figure that out. It is a small thing, but you can be really good at jump spotting. I mean, if you're a little sloppy with it, you just expose yourself a little bit too much. These guys are fast. They like giving out free haircuts.
Simple looks at that.
That can be
disgust.
He might jump spot again just because
he thinks
he can't
it's clear.
tell. It's hard to tell sometimes if that smoke is really good or not.
Apex, I wouldn't. Don't do it. Don't do it. The T's are going to push. MP9 primed for a couple, but it's just the 1 kill. ZywOo's turn. He who prefers playing rifles will get a chance to here versus pistols. Spinx comes through with the headshots. It all goes down smooth for Vitality. Keeping 4 up is excellent, but I mean, let's be real, it's not super inspired from NaVi. Simple never got that cracking deagle shot. Nobody gets the clean entry, so be it. But guns up for the T side.
It is guns up, off no bomb plants, in a 3-round game. And there is no op here for Vitality. Apex still chilling on this MP9 as well. It's a relatively even strength situation with the full kits on both sides.
Spinx gonna get aggressive. Gonna go trudging up mid. Oof, controls it and gets himself a 2nd. That's no easy feat, killing Simple. But Spinx, 95 health down, 2 kills in. Wash his hands, rinse and repeat. Vitality queuing in an 8th.
Yeah, he's done his job. He's 15 and 8 now. A very strong pistol, a very strong rifle in the second half already. And Bit coming out of underpass, it's way more risky without top mid control, of course, but it's 3v5, and this is where you do take risks. So we'll see if they try to figure something out here. They are in 3 different positions with clearly a game plan that leans towards the A side. And there's no op as well, so it means you can skip some angles, take a few more risks than you would normally do. And it looks like we're going to see oh my god, Resmoke come out. Perfecto claps Magisk. That's enormous. Oof. Because now you don't have to worry about the threat from CT spawn when you come up connector.
B players are really far as well.
Yeah, but will they identify another player inside a firebox in this situation? Perfecto might just incidentally spam it if he gets too uncomfortable but not seeing anyone else. But we'll see. It feels like this spot is going to work out pretty well.
They're going to throw one deep on jungle. Oh
my god.
What?
Okay, but now does he forget? dupreeh still sitting here.
He could be the hero. He's starting to slide out. Doesn't stop the bomb plant. Post plant gets away towards ramp. Bit's position's completely unknown. Now he shows and gets slain. Perfecto back at it. 2 of these 3 players have such little health that you'd think maybe, just maybe, this could get pulled out. But with the smoke in front of him, he has to go and fight. He's got to storm forward. 3 kills for Perfecto. Apex, oh, wow. That 5 health on Spinx from the start of the round is the only thing that keeps Perfecto away from an ace and a NaVi 11th.
Okay, an ace and a 1v3 and a 2K entry with the cleanest shots you've ever seen. That was scary. That was very scary. Good thing Spinx's trading was immaculate. And a couple of duels there that were a little bit weird. You know, under balcony, Bit trying to refrag dupreeh after his first frag. He feels like he should have had that. Simple can't get that last bit of damage off on Bit, who was softened up by Electronic. I think he only had a Galil maybe in that spot. It's becoming a little bit more calm here for Vitality.
4 Galils up. Gonna prance their way towards connector. Bits at the front of it. Excellent flashbang. This time Spinx won't be able to offer any frags. And an upgrade. Better rifles. SDY slides just beneath the spray of Magisk. ZywOo, time to turn it up. 2 kills. Critical to keep things even. dupreeh back in when it matters, just like last round. And Simple spotted towards stairs. Hit by the nade. Fire burns dupreeh back out. Simple's position clearly explained to his teammates. And Electronic is now going to have to try to pull off the Perfecto. But he doesn't have the bomb. Ooh, finishes ZywOo sure enough, but those 2 clean kills from ZywOo. Let me put that in perspective.
Yeah.
That was his 8th and 9th kill, leaving him 9 and 16.
Yeah, so listen, I think at this point he's got enough time now to be able to like get back into it. We don't have to forget totally about the first half, but it's also just about the score at the top at this point. Very close game now. T timeout gets called, and the Galils are just so weak, honestly, that a lot of these trades just look really difficult. Vitality, they can count on ZywOo, they can count on dupreeh. Just a couple of multi for him as well on the A site. A good position in the round previous. Tucked at Firebox, that was the winning play. And Simple, the only voice in the room right now on this pause. For a while there, when Boomich was on the team, there was Electronic taking over, calling on Mirage specifically. I think that was his debut as a caller on the roster, where he was always a supportive voice. And we've heard a number of times about how good Electronic's comms always have been. It was actually Boomich to tell us that directly at the Blastfall groups in 2020. He said he has the best comms on the team. So natural fit as an IGL and has been doing great. But that's to say also that Simple has also always been supporting on comms and calls.
Yeah. Simple gets his say.
Well, it's kind of normal that the best player on the team also has some of the best ideas sometimes. Sometimes you don't want them calling all the time.
Give them space for input.
But yeah, if they talk, you listen.
Simple's got the unarmored Deagle. SDY being sent on a solo mission here. He's well ahead of the pack. Flashes fly through. Frag follows suit. SDY now burned out into the open. So enough time there given to Vitality to go through the recovery. The utility is the important part of the procedure. M4 for Simple. But that is, of course, unarmored. Aim punch could be problematic. Bomb still sits back towards T-spawn. Gonna take another chance through apartments. And if Apex gets caught slipping.
Oh man, Bit coming up on this.
If Apex gets caught slipping, then the B site's ready. Oh, but Bit can't hit the headshot. Perfecto, he'll finish that one off. And a quick scramble, of course, from Vitality towards that B site. Bomb not yet picked up. They could still create question marks, and I think it's for that reason that Magisk starts to go ramp.
They still don't have the bomb, actually. I don't think they realize it. Oh, no, they don't realize it.
Awkward.
Very awkward. They could even get the kills now to be awkward to get back into the site. dupreeh will even find him.
Man, he's been slimy, dupreeh. Slipping into the positions that just keep NaVi off it, and yeah, you kind of need the bomb. ZywOo gonna close it out, and we have a tied game with Vitality CT side.
We finally found such an unlikely place to take a duel that Bit's crosshair placement wasn't perfect.
Finally.
We found it. After years of searching.
It's like the Rosetta Stone of Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Honestly, just around that NaVi, you know, very likely to win from that perspective if Bit just gets his frag in that spot. But it is just the eco. We're looking to, you know, we're looking for sustainable round wins here for NaVi. Vitality already staged a 5-round comeback.
The lead has evaporated.
We gotta appreciate Spinx being, you know, very aggressive inside of middle. We'll see if he overextends, but I think he's quite comfortable knowing they're in a top box control. NaVi just been letting the CTs have this. Threatening the late aggro. Not seeing anybody push to top mid, and I wonder how Vitality will read into this. Sometimes this is just keep their attention if they think that it's going to be a prolonged lurk from Bit, for example, and that's his value. The smokes come down right side to smoke 2 people out, but there are 4 CTs here, 2 within smokes, or 1 within smoke. ZywOo, he's got open lines.
It's going to be a clash.
Yeah.
Everybody in position, waiting. The tension's high. The ramp gets hit. Some Young goes down. Magisk, he's got a great spot, but made awkward by the flash. ZywOo in with another and sees the barrel of Simple. Ready for that duel. Simple pops up and wins it.
Wow.
It goes the other way.
Wow.
As expected as he could have been. Now, the Molotov goes weird. We've got 2 CTs peeking off of Ticket, already pressing into triple. Apex wants to fight. dupreeh's gone down. Still, they're fighting from the open ground. And Apex looks to lay down a smoke, could create himself a little pocket. Spinx off of the top of stairs, gets Bit down low, Simple 5 HP, but it's headshots on both sides, and NaVi have broken through this T side.
Man, they're already focused talking about the next round, but that was actually won by the skin of their teeth. 2 trades simultaneously to close the round out. Could have very easily been Vitality's. You look to ZywOo, look at his clean shot for the 5v4. They have 4 guys here all ready to fight the T's coming in. There's no big flank here from Bit. There's no one leg lurking through mid. There aren't that many outs for NaVi in this round to be able to win it on a regular A exec. You just don't often see that. So tough one for Vitality to lose. They were just about to take the lead, and now they have to save. I mean, look at actually that last eco round. It put such a dent in the economy. You don't even get 2 buys in a row.
Although they definitely could have come in with more than this. So just allowing for NaVi to likely walk away with 12. It's fine. Vitality's CT side has looked good. Perfecto sizing up the Palace, and sure enough, it has been pushed, but they'll leave one in and fall back. It's going to take some miracle here. And if you have ZywOo and Apex on Desert Eagles, I wonder which of them will pull off said miracle.
Probably the top fragger.
Apex.
Yeah.
Wild scenes in Rio. Vitality now gonna just slowly transition into the gamble with that B stack. Double op, of course, expected between Bit and Simple.
We see this late smoke coming in again, and sometimes it can be a thought for a future round. You throw the same thing twice for 2 different reasons. It creates confusion. Ironically and interestingly, of course, sometimes smoking something is the best way to keep someone's attention, even though you block their vision out, because they want to respect it. But just simple things like this are getting layered in as the half rolls on. And NaVi will get to 12. They can save everything they want. I think that, you know, it looks like NaVi are like, okay, maybe we can hunt down some armor sets, but as you pointed out, there was a minimal investment here for Vitality, and I think that's just thinking about the economy a couple of rounds ahead. I mean, you could have money next round, but there's no reason you wouldn't want to have some left over. In fact, the reason that Vitality are in this position is because they didn't do well enough versus the saves from NaVi to have just 1 layer of buffer.
And this feels like a bit of a contrast compared to what we got from Vitality in that game versus OG, right? In the Challenger stage, I think there was a couple of like criticizable buys. I believe it was Yanko who kind of called it out, right? Coming in with some weapons actually led them to not have an op later on, and things got weird.
They made what felt like a very obvious
aggressive
mistake.
Yeah, you know, and now it's like, okay, let's take a step back. Let's be you know, hyper conscious of it, and now we'll see, of course, the rewards, right? It's full belts of utility. It's ops where they please, and it's a Vitality who, again, started a CT side with 5 straight, lose 2, time to bounce back, keep this game tight.
Looks like they did the math right. They've got no money left over, and they actually don't even have a kit. Am I reading that correctly?
You are.
Oh my God, somebody made a mistake there. But they get all these HEs, so.
Better get some bang for those bucks.
Yeah, the strat is kill them all. If you don't have any kit, it does affect the type of round that you're bringing. And we see already Vitality, very aggressive style. Oh, barely missing a timing here. It looks like Perfecto might live.
Oy.
Oh, he lives with info as well. Oh, he's coming back for that fight.
How dare he?
Oh my God.
The nade nearly finds him.
That's actually annoying for Vitality, right? Because they don't get any compensation for giving up their aggressive position. Luckily, they only showed 1 on this push, but now they're in Vitality's head.
We could just get NaVi with the follow through into the B site. If that's the case, it's Apex holding only a smoke.
They're setting up something kind of complicated here, though. They have top mid control, 1 in underpass as well, 3 readying the attack, and now they're smoking window for the cat crunch. And we'll see where Bit ends up in this position if he's going to lurk through window. Maybe they're going to do that. Oh, they are. They are doing that.
All right, this B site going to get attacked from all fronts. Oh, Electronic keeps it clean. dupreeh's in the pocket, delivers 1 and 2. Headshots connect. Perfecto on the op. Still up inside the apartments. ZywOo burned away, cannot force his way in, and Bit's timing is going to be critical, but he just missed the chance to kill Magisk before he gets towards the door, and another chance as he slips beyond. Magisk on the reload. Bit's waiting for the repeat, but he's been spotted. He's still going to be able to get 1. ZywOo deals with it, and Spinx, unbeknownst to the T's until he presents himself on window, ZywOo with nothing but an invitation to leave. This one goes down NaVi.
Yeah, it's refreshing to watch NaVi play on T-sides, man. They're so good at taking something that looks incredibly convoluted and make it all make sense quickly. When they dry run something, it's a pretty complicated strategy. And that one felt like a B hit, but there were like 2 extra layers in there. And that's what I'm talking about with Bit as a lurker. I think he fits so much more perfectly, seamlessly into the system, where he had the right amount of impact to draw attention back, kill time off the clock, force the CTs to move a little bit faster, and still end up losing the round ultimately. So NaVi with 13, as they suck the bank accounts dry, at least ZywOo hangs on to an op, and this one, they're going to need absolute heroics out of him. Like they almost got out of dupreeh. It took a while, but NaVi are patient.
Just about getting there in the end. ZywOo starting to climb through the ranks of Vitality's scoreboard, surpasses Magisk now, but everybody else still ahead of him. And in this case, it could just be too late to the party. Dancing's done.
Not sure exactly what was going on there, but I'm pretty sure it was funny.
Desert Eagles in. Op on ZywOo. Let's see it. I said the dancing's done, but ZywOo wants to tango. They're going to go flying down into the B site. There's a player behind him. SDY fixates on dupreeh. We've got Deagle kills. This sets up the op nicely. They're trying to press outwards. Spinx still fighting tooth and nail. NaVi hitting a bit of a brick wall, and ZywOo goes in, but then he goes down. Bit with the headshot. Spinx guns dry. Magisk burning, stuck inside the corner. Killed by Bit, and NaVi follow through.
They started to lose control when they couldn't kill window pillar player, and then, but Bit, he didn't get tunnel vision. He looked to the next target, left that one there, kept an inventory of it, team watching all the angles, and that 3v3 situation could have definitely gone the other way. ZywOo took 1 extra step, and Bit wasn't quick to that jump, then clearly one of the players that were still up in the halls would have gotten shot down, and instead, NaVi, they clean up on a quick round on the anti-eco. They're gonna throw those in every once in a while, but the fact that they do it, bring 14. Oh, leg on Magisk. Just going for a walk. Now put some attention on ZywOo. Knows that there's no op peeking, so see how fast he's going. But he misses his chance. Yeah, they're too smart, I think, to take a risk on underpass after that, but there's just not much else for Zywoo to do in this position right now. Very strong spot for NaVi, even with no full players dead. Sometimes half of the game is finding the op. Apex looking incredibly lonely. We see no ladder room control, no second player watching the cross. B is clearly the target. Same window smoke you see, but the last 2 times they did this, it was towards the A side. So a little bit of confusion in here, some conditioning, and the CTs are fully ready for an A side hit to come. Oh, and Apex, successful jump spot, but they're coming in behind this pretty quickly.
Still hasn't been punished for that. Primed and ready now. Util showering in. One player already downwards. Apex just runs, just leaves, sprints over to the van, and hell, it works. He gets the better of Bit.
Yeah, and there's another kill as well. I think Zywoo contributed.
Towards mid.
Yeah, now the big flank comes in, so they've got the electric player sitting here. He could be the first target of the B-Apps flank. There's not enough resources in terms of players to watch everything at the moment, so Vitality have an incentive to play this slowly.
Just retake. That's all they need. Just get through. But simple. He's in the middle. And he is the maestro at the moment. Finds that first one, equals his things, and then he gets that shot right into the hip of Spinx.
He's just roaming.
And that's the thing, right? You mentioned it. He does what he wants round to round. Well, here's a post-plant example of it. Goes at 2 different engagements on his own terms while his teammates lock in their positions in case things go south, and instead they don't. NaVi to a 15th round. dupreeh's going to catch an exit, but so
position, but it's NaVi, another great tactic. Again, I think they threw that window smoke at a few instances of it. 4 CTs over on A. Apex says, don't worry, leave it to me. And he gets his 1 kill. The rotation back is almost fast enough, but not quite, man. Lots of great rounds here out of NaVi on this T side.
Man of the people. Plays him like a fiddle. Magis peeks in first. This is just a bit of Spinx, just a little too much skin. And he knows. You know, this matchup, this start of the Legend stage was very much, you know, painted as simple versus Zywoo. Zywoo with the best individual form at the moment coming into the event versus the GOAT, who was meant to lock horns and who would walk away with this first one. Would NaVi be coming in cold as Vitality's struggles just fuel their fire? Well, right now it's 5 match points for NaVi and a simple that has hit substantially harder than Zywoo. He'll go top mid. Nobody there. There's actually been quite the shy away from what was once. Spinx getting aggressive top middle. NaVi positioning themselves there. It's been a bit of a barren wasteland these last few rounds. NaVi just going in with the exits and following through. They're going to do it again here, this time towards A. At least priming the smokes. Seeing some sort of a reaction out of Vitality. They'll burn the smoke grenades of the defense. But nothing follows behind it. Not a piece of NaVi. Not yet, that is. They'll be met by resistance.
Yeah, they just do a first tier exec to draw at any utility. Puts pressure on a team that's a little bit under-resourced.
Nade finds Bit, that's it.
Yeah, looking to potentially phase this smoke. Flash will go over, it's good.
Magis stuck. Molly's come in, but they actually double Molly under Balk, so Magisk is afforded to hold on to this position. SDY only half clears it. Zywoo and dupreeh in from top stairs, and this hit gets shut down. Vitality, they just weathered what was that first step of the fake. Shout out dupreeh, 2 kills from the staircase. Take the wind out of Navi's sails.
Yeah,
the first attempt of 5 goes flat.
I gotta say, I'm really surprised the amount of rounds we see, at least 2 here, that NaVi have done full A execs with no lurks, nothing else coming in, no window room control or anything like that, no cat control either, and trying what, you know, it felt like was the original way to play Overpass, or sorry, the original way to play Mirage. Set up your right side or 3 smoke exec and just come in standard, out through Tetris, just after nades come out. And that previous round they won doing that came down to a sliver. You know, with the 2v2 where Simple and Bit both won their individual duels. And here they failed to scale, and it's Vitality just holding some really good spots. Not having to worry about anything weird coming in, but NaVi have so much money left over. I don't think they're going to be too concerned about it. This is still their game to lose. Vitality have to prove a lot here. They're getting beat up. Feels like a very active and collaborative efforts between Bids, Simple, and Electronic this game. Between watching and on the cams, who's talking during these tactical pauses. Lots of ideas coming through, but it doesn't seem like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Things have been looking pretty good.
Toying with ZywOo, a dangerous game. Oh, yeah, ZywOo gets the better of it.
They tried to specifically bait there. They heard the Molotov extinguish, or they heard the Molotov they heard the Molotov, excuse me, as the smoke came into window, and still said, okay, well, we know he's peeking it now, so let's swing on him. ZywOo been very good off the smokes. It's a big player down.
Full move from NaVi back towards the apartments. They'll try to group and pop. They do just have to blast away one bomb site.
Yeah, I don't think...
Just one round left, that's all.
Okay, so this actually, he showed himself here on the A ramp, which gives NaVi a little bit of something, right?
ZywOo where he needs to be.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a kill? Just damage?
If they go, he's holding very tight. They crouch into this, there's a chance.
What's he got? A smoke, well timed, 30 seconds. Perfecto though,
gets a kill.
Over on the
3
A site.
CTs over here.
But ZywOo, this is where it really matters. Screw the A site. It's all about the B hold. And ZywOo, he's got a piece of cover to hold on to. Knows he's under pressure. 2 headshots out of the NaVi camp. And Spinx, well, he's going to catch Electronic, but dupreeh comes off that plant, falls back. 30 health, peeks in and gets Spinx down for the count. Now it needs to be dupreeh. And dupreeh just falls back into the van. This creates a question. dupreeh will not know where he's got off to. And he's gonna just start walking forward. Absolute silence in this bomb site. If dupreeh wants it, then you better hit that headshot. dupreeh dangerously close, up close and personal. Vitality keep this going. But damn, a little pop into that B site, perfectly timed with the kills at A. You know for a moment there, Vitality's heart sunk.
Yeah, absolutely. It gets so close. SDY just has no idea where dupreeh could be coming from, is worried that he was waiting on Get Right, I think. And as he lurks in, dupreeh giving him a little bit of space to make the worst decision. It's not necessarily bad, but just make the most obvious decision. What's the safest spot that he could be in if I'm unbeknownst to him? And dupreeh kind of feels that this is going to be the play. Waits, and then swings wide to take out SDY in that very cramped spot and save Vitality. And now we have a 3-round game with a 2-round win streak for Vitality. Eyes forward to overtime.
Leave it to dupreeh to come through with that clutch when he needs it. Bid. Yo. Aggression to a 10, but we've also got 2 players right behind him. Simple's gonna get bested. dupreeh delivers. A double kill inside connector. Bit desperate to get something back. Did catch just the cat kill. That's all. Perfecto, by the time he tries to press out from Palace, has nothing left. Burned away from it. And yet again, just like the clutch in the round prior, it's dupreeh with the impact. Leave it to the only human on this entire planet to have attended every Counter-Strike major to step up when NaVi hoped to come in hot.
Yeah, that's a pretty incredible achievement, of course. Through all the years of CSGO, multiple majors a year, he is the final constant. Well, NaVi run headfirst again into a 4-man stack from Vitality, who have been trying to, as much as possible, have enough people on A. And they've been doing a good job on A. NaVi have won most of their rounds, hitting the B site. either because there's just one player jump spotting or two who are a little bit slow, or earlier kill in the round, which leads them into a mid-round towards that side of the map. But they actually haven't really proven that they can kind of find a sustainable way to take over the A site or make it scary every time. Most of the time, they're getting melted down and left in the dirt around Tetris. And here they try to incorporate Connector. I'm surprised we haven't seen any kind of fast plays up cat towards Connector, any fast splits towards A as well. It's mostly been mid control and then full-on attacks.
Not enough. Simply not enough to work with in this one. Vitality, the fruits of their labor. Easy pickups all across the map. Nothing but desperation. It is 5 up and 5 down as Vitality push us to 30.
All right, let's go. We've gone the full distance. NaVi have done well here to lose 4 rounds, and they had to save once within this, but now have enough money for the most spectacular possible final go. A huge streak in the middle of this half from NaVi. And Vitality have actually pulled out both pistols in this game?
Yes, they have.
Oh, wow.
With 4 rounds in the first half, 5 rounds in the second half.
Incredible. So NaVi have already proved a ton by surviving that and also being in the lead.
All they have to do is just put Vitality to bed. 1 round to end it.
And again, I think one of their best rounds was the one with Bit lurking in the window on the B split. They really haven't been that ambitious outside of that. And it looks like they've got something early in place here with Electronic at the top boxes. That was also something that we saw. But sometimes the end round idea has nothing to do with the way the tapestry looks in the beginning. And here we have some pressure on A ramp, but no bomb in this place. They are going to try to draw out some utility. And even if you draw it out from the A side, that's retake utility that doesn't exist later on.
Sizing up the entire map. Vitality show no skin, but will answer with what could be some critical utility.
Here it is again with Bit inside of the underpass, Electronic on the top boxes.
Magis getting curious.
This is a real round 30 call, and the A push. Oh, it gets shut down.
Perfecto's dead. And that's going to mean that they immediately peel away from that half of the map, instead looking to grab that bomb and hit into the B site. Bit, he's going to try to chase down Apex, who just runs for the hills, gets back into the market. Saiwu chases, hit that shot. Bit goes down, dupreeh's delivered, and this is Vitality holding strong. Electronic and Simple, all that remains, a 2v5 as they attempt into the B site. No shot from Simple, he forgot to click, and sure enough, Vitality survive, push us the distance, and take this game to OT.
It's very strange counter, so you don't see many teams run this over and over again, but it works for NaVi. They seem to get on the bomb side and hit their shots, and that's really what it's all about.
first found. Twist aggressing. They have to double peek. He's getting his shot. He's hitting another one. Simple. No!
This is a shooting gallery for Simple. It's practically deathmatch. Just the greatest. Simple with 5. Get out of my server.
Yep.
Behind you!
Dead.
One more shot.
I have a.
Blind NBM.
I think he's tagged.
I'm for rest. Hit some.
Okay.
Got MVP.
Where?
Nice! Let's go!
Celebrations from Vitality's camp as they push NaVi to their limit on Mirage. A tale of CT sides that was both pistol wins, clean conversions all the way of Vitality, and they're still only in OT. But here's the error NaVi have made. They gave time to ZywOo to power up. He had an incredibly flat first half, and now he is right up there towards the tops, preparing to pass Spinx and dupreeh, who was a critical piece of some of those rounds for Vitality. That 1 versus 2 needed.
Spinx also did a great job early on the CT side with his top mid pushes. Here is a new tactic, but it's watched with 2 players. NaVi ready for this and also prepared to lose 1. Spinx going underneath, gets a headshot on the Simple, but can't get that frag. dupreeh from beneath as well will find his. And when everything distills, it's looking like a very comfortable position actually for Vitality. Maybe felt a little uncomfortable with that first Magisk push after getting called out, but now maintain a player advantage, know that their offer on the other team is dinked. And to be honest, NaVi started to lose steam, of course, towards the end of the half. It was a 15-10 scoreline, 15-11.
Yeah.
After their kind of big streak in the middle. So I don't feel great coming into overtime. And it looks like it's still up in the air. Who is the better team right now? Even if NaVi ended up losing both pistols and they had to kind of work harder. Vitality are getting better and better.
Perfecto sent on the mission, but dupreeh is ready and waiting, and he's going to continue to just keep tearing things up. All that's left for NaVi this round is a Simple on 10 HP. Young ahead of him at the A site. Simple's going to actually take that bomb towards B. Things could get interesting if Apex is caught sleeping, as he just was. Of course, a little damage isn't enough from Young, so Simple barely alive at this point. He's going to get chased down by dupreeh. A missed op shot. Again, full health, maybe. Or what if magic happens? No, okay. Spinx posted, ready for the peak. Vitality will take the first round of overtime.
Damn, they try to make an interesting play there in the 2vx by getting into window control, pushing through their own jungle smoke, and having SDY spam the under balcony to try to cause a rotation over towards A or pull the window player out, but he doesn't win the duel. If he does, they actually have a way to cut off the other A rotators from coming through if he sits in the window, and then Simple with that kill can plant the bomb, and it's a scary spot. But overall, Vitality, they're just continuing with their streak. It's their 6th round in a row here on CT side. NaVi are waiting for an answer.
Perfecto under pressure.
Oh, geez, he saw them both now.
Oof, that's not going to happen. not ready for the first fight. Awkward second engagement. No, he's getting pinched on both ends. Vitality, ferocious. Straight to a 5v4.
We're seeing stuff that we didn't see in regulation already. 2 opening aggressive tactics. One with the underpass push and top mid control simultaneously, looking like the beginning of the half. And now a Palace play that they have not tried before.
dupreeh's going to get even deeper. Simple's got the quick trade back, but it is still man advantage. And it is still no closer to a bomb site. Palace will be left unchecked. Thinking about it now, bomb in tow. Leaving Bit to do his own thing towards the apartments, but he's just so far removed from what NaVi seemed to be up to. Back into the Palace they'll go. At least this closes the gap to the bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, with Vitality playing inside of middle here, of course, there's a little bit more pressure on top of Magisk. If he gets unlucky, no one's spotting the Palace for him, right? So this walkout is actually the best place that they could go. But will they be able to clear his position or catch him floating? Now Bit coming out to A. It looks like they're going to jump across in case the op is here. Or just walk. We'll see. I don't know if we made any noise.
It's just about killing Magisk.
Oh, he finds it.
Some die young, quick as can be.
And then they score everything. Now they can molly and smoke, and they have full connector control. The thing is, they're still worried about window, but they have a molly there. They can plant the bomb in this position.
A recovery and a half. Simple catches Apex deep in the CT spawn. That man advantage has now shifted the other way, and Simple, statuesque, is going to drop down beneath. That's actually opened up a pocket for the CTs to push closer. Simple back with the scope in, and what do you know? Wow. Simple's show. 4 frags inside the site. From Palace frag on dupreeh to calling the pieces over. Some Die Young offers 1 kill that round, and I think it's the one that creates so much space for Simple.
It's a totally different round if not for this. It's an instant snap from SDY, and that 1 kill allowed them to establish map control across the site. I pointed out, if you play outside of smokes, pressure's on the guys inside the smokes, and the 2 rotators couldn't get back up the stairs, and they couldn't get out to jungle fast enough before Top Con was blocked out. The fire came in through the jungle, and there was an op there, right? If the op was posted on Palace the whole time, it's a free round.
3-player top mid push here from Vitality. Looking to get back to the aggressive antics 3 rounds in a row, and Electronic traded out by Magisk. Damage to Some Die Young. So, Vitality, we saw this last round. Get up, move forward, take a kill by force, and then hope to hold on. But NaVi, able to piece together the solution in the previous round, are going to head back towards the A site, seemingly.
Yeah.
It worked last time.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat. Spinx on an aisle in middle. And the difference here is we don't have Magisk tucked inside the A site. It is ZywOo.
Yeah, this is another kind of interesting spot here. I mean, ZywOo, it can be quite dynamic for him. Just depends on the severity of the execution. As we can see, there are 4 Molotovs remaining right now.
So many nades to be destined for this A site.
He could go heroic or do nothing, and that could change the course of the game. ZywOo up to the plate.
No close rotation. Smokes off Palace. Missed shot. Fire on his feet. Oh, lucky to have taken Some Die Young with him at that point. With the amount of pressure the utility served up, and the amount of depth that NaVi can now take off of the follow-up smokes, I mean, they have all the tools they needed to follow through. And if it wasn't ZywOo's heroics, then it should be Na'Vi 17. Should be. We still have Magisk on the flank, and Spinx creating some weird pressure. Oh, he was spotted. Simple kind of comes out of the side of the smoke, so Perfecto's looking to pick up slack, and Magisk looking to pick up easy kills. Finds Bit top Tetris. Perfecto, your turn to clutch. And he's got the cover for it. Smoke goes forward, waits for the peak. Spinx delivers, and it's Vitality with 2 of the 3.
Wow, they had to work hard for that, and NaVi nearly pulled that together. It looked like a good spot. Simple's lurked inside of the smoke. I was wondering, he's pushing with it off towards jungle by himself. And of course, if he traded positions with that player, got that frag, then it's pretty much an unlosable spot. But in this position, honestly, Vitality's setup is a little questionable, right? In this last couple of rounds, they kind of have made a way for NaVi to be able to win, where their A site was normally rock solid in regulation, and NaVi nearly exploited it. But now that we're past that half, there's a chance for Vitality to actually close this game out after coming back from 15-10. But they'll have to do it on T side. We saw those struggles previously. It's very possible that NaVi clear this OT in 3 rounds and end the game. See if they get off to a good start here. Cleaned up some of the cobwebs from some of the first half issues.
dupreeh continues to hit hard. Spinx is powering up right with him. Three strong performances from Vitality is enough to win games. We've seen it before.
Unwelcoming smoke here deep in the B halls, and oh, Apex just slightly off the mark. SDY pulls one out of the hat with a palace smoke, which allows him to rotate freely here. dupreeh can capitalize on this. Double push comes in, but it's traded.
Electronic there and gone. Falls back. Bit
Bomb.
Comes in. Huge kills all across the board here for NaVi.
Yeah. Clean
Bit,
one.
Electronic, and Simple. Three separate engagements, all on the bottom of mid. Vitality walked onto the trap.
The overemphasis of connector was the exact remedy right there for NaVi to make sure that there was no way into this round. As we could see, Vitality, they wanted it so badly. Electronic supporting SDY, and their smoke and Palace made sure to block off all of the relevant choke points. Just open up some good positions here. And now even footing. NaVi struggled a little bit. Sometimes when they tried to go for aggressive mid-control, we saw Simple get overrun.
Yes.
Sometimes it was awkward for the rifler. The fast up cat strats were actually very potent. And Electronic, he's waiting for this alert. Oh my god, he'll catch Apex.
Easy.
Thinking, maybe he's watching top mid, but that's covered from Simple.
Meanwhile, Young again. Oh, and Simple tracks dupreeh as he tries to run across that top mid play. So just as Spinx brought it back with something, it could all be for nothing. NaVi on the brink of clean sweeping the CT side in overtime. All that hard work from Vitality.
Yeah.
And suddenly it could be for nothing.
You know, that could look silly from Apex. It could also just been the hero play. I think the problem for him there is there's not actually any pressure to top mid. For example, if they flashed Simple, who's sitting in connector, then Electronic has no choice but to respect the idea that he could get swung on if Simple has to fall off his angle inside a window. But there wasn't anything like that. I don't know if they had a flash and missed it or whatever, but Simple, full vision of that. And Electronic, he literally lured Apex forward. I think he just chuckled after he killed him because he was like, yeah, I thought you might try something desperate. And in fact, that's kind of where the round just starts to tumble over. Opening kill into defeat. As NaVi bide their time and wait for this one to close up. Potentially secure double overtime. But you know what? 20 seconds. The B site's open for a moment.
Yeah, my heart just stopped for a second because I thought
they made something.
Ooh, you could. But they know better. And obviously NaVi very quick to run over in the off chance that Vitality run that risk. But low on money, so these are actually very important saves.
Yeah, trying to punch into this.
They'll both be allowed. That is NaVi to take an 18th. Gonna get that second chance.
I think officially still Vitality haven't had a lead until this point. Just tied up now in overtime as well as on round 30.
Second chance to close.
I think on their preferred side as well. Simple clears 32 frags. In the opening game for him here in Legends. Probably the best performance so far.
Electronic fast. Ooh, but it's not enough. It's so close, but just not enough. Spinx is going to keep on fighting. And Apex. There goes Young. He was good for a kill each of those 2 rounds on this CT side. Perfecto. That could be a miraculous recovery. A grenade with Spinx's name on it.
Almost everyone fragging here in the 3v4. It's curious. Simple will find himself a rifle. The ops from ZywOo is the significant advantage of the round here. Simple will move in closer.
Up close. Ready for the hit. He's got Bit back behind him towards the jungle. No middle info creates this question, and if Bit is still distracted when the commitment comes through, then things could get weird. The flash goes out towards ramp.
Perfecto gets info.
Utility coming over top, and Perfecto might have info, but he's also got a long road to this A site. Simple up first, drops dupreeh. Bit finds timing. Simple's burning, puts a smoke at his feet to hold, and all of a sudden, man advantage, but Magisk is going to claw this back, and Bit has yet to be given another target. All this did was buy time. the perfect amount of time.
Oh, Magisk, he goes for the clear, doesn't
One
see
step
it.
closer, but Magisk with the recovery from the bottom of the board. As he continues to climb up, it's Bit's chance to close this, or Vitality have survived again, and the bomb's gone down. Fresh mag, health advantage, Apex grabs it, and he gets the chance to cross, but he doesn't go for plant, he goes for blood, and we go again.
Yeah, we know he likes a fight. That's just that dog in him. Apex leading from the front this game, doing a lot of the fragging. Not the complete front, of course. You still have players like dupreeh and Spinx who are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's a very convincing attempt in the 3v4. It feels like a lot of the rounds where NaVi are down on material, they still make it so competitive all the way to the end. There was absolutely a world where they pulled that off. But really good awareness from Magisk, of course, and ZywOo will take one out on Simple. Shot goes off right behind him. You see the smoke coming off the wall. The dust, I should say.
Give him too much runway and he will take off. But he was quite quiet in the OT. So to see him open up shop already, strong start for Vitality. They're going to try to continue forward with the momentum of that Apex clutch.
Oh, they found Perfecto now.
Looking to keep going forward into the B site. They'll try. Perfecto double.
What?
Electronics also got one. And as they tried to press in from Cat, they get absolutely crushed. A fallback made possible by Apex. A site is clear. And with ZywOo's Molotov down, they have to wait this out. There's no smoke unless they just run right through. Oh! Apex was ready, but Electronics simply better. And now it's ZywOo's turn. He's going to be given a time to leave, but not without striking down Electronic. And a little spot, he wants it. He can see it in his mind's eye, now with confirmation. It's ZywOo after all. He's got the Glock out of all things. And Perfecto's pressing in.
He's not as low
Glock
as he
versus
thinks.
AK. ZywOo, you could be falling for what is a false flag. The smoke on top of bomb. We've lost track of Perfecto. Where is he? ZywOo chasing and playing, but time is on his side. And as he gets on top, it's going to come to the wire. Did he do that with a Glock?
What?
No, siree. NaVi, the robbery. It's 19 to 18. What a weird clutch attempt.
What are we missing here? Not even an upgraded pistol, an op in hand. Didn't want to take the shot in case he misses. I have no idea.
Didn't even try.
Like, there's obviously no way he could have used all his ammo unless he literally was not able to reload because his mag was too low. But I just can't. I can't imagine why you would do this. The smoke going down forces him to be close to hit, but. Wow, Perfecto pulls it off. Man, that play from Electronic to run through the molly, that was the only way to make that round interesting for two players that were just identified on the other half of the map. Apex made the play to seal that up. He got a kill, he opened A, and Electronic found the only way back in. And that is the beautiful thing about CS. You know, these pieces of utility, they can discourage you, but they can't stop you sometimes. Oh, no.
Did he clear it? Matches. Oh,
he
even
still
a
doesn't
chance.
win the duel. SDY comes out ahead.
I'd say lucky. Lucky he didn't get punished for that. Yep. Take what you can get. Damage done to dupreeh. He's in a bit of a pickle. Spinx trying to give that cover. dupreeh wants more. He wants flesh. He wants blood. But instead, he's done. Perfecto got the trade. Man advantage held on to. Young will be finished by Apex. Just going back to make sure that ramp wasn't pushed. Good call out. Great timing.
Ooh.
And Simple misses the jump.
He doesn't. He's not going to see anybody here sitting inside a left side connector. Wants to open himself up to ramp. Oh, we'll find a shot.
Now they know where he's at.
No.
Smoke down in front. Could go around it. Shots come through. Simple connects. ZywOo's dead. Who's next? Spinx trying to pressure. Oh, he gets the savior. The rotate was meant to punish. Leg shot versus Apex. And they're going to keep pressing in. It's the little HP. No chance. NaVi take 20.
Damn, Simple had to fight hard for that one. Looking to go to the top of ticket to find a timing before the A-Ramp player peak. Misses jump. Wouldn't have seen anything anyways, but then turning his attention to target selection, thinking, are they going to go high or low? And he reads into ZywOo. Gets a shot off, misses. Simple off that punish. Gets another shot through the smoke, and Apex low. Easy prey here for Electronic to come in the 2v1. There's a lot of hot action continuously happening. Layers and layers of individual fast and really well, kind of well-decided spots. And if I'm not jealous of the players in the server right now, because they have a lot to think about and a lot of people are fragging all simultaneously. Well, NaVi can be quite happy with themselves. Yes, it's gone to double overtime, but they've already pulled out the first two on CT side.
Looking for the sweep.
Once again, looking for mid control. It has been countered pretty damn well from Vitality. Gotta appreciate, you know, NaVi being adamant about understanding that they need control of this sometimes. But wanting it or knowing you need it is half the battle. They've still got to execute properly and win these engagements. I think they're luckier that Electronic saw nothing and lived than tried to fight in there and died, because there was a swarm of T's coming in his direction.
That nade, thick. Perfecto chunked down to 44. We saw Vitality press into that B site previously, but just get met with so much resistance. It was that three-pronged hit from back site by Arch, deep market, and all those pieces are there again, so it could be rinse and repeat. Good amount of grenades left for Vitality. Can't say the same for NaVi. dupreeh at the front of this, and Perfecto, well, he's looking to serve up an issue. Trying to find a chance to strike towards connector. Oh, he'll see it. Gets the better of Magisk.
Oh, and he knows.
dupreeh's coming in.
Oh.
That's a double for Perfecto.
He stays suspicious, and he's rewarded for them.
But the fire will force him back. Still, he's done his job. Now he just leans on his teammates to deliver, and boy, do they ever. Spinx, ZywOo, Sundae Young. Easy on the A side.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit to Perfecto. He's been doing an insane job on the CT side in the small site. Rotators have also been very sharp, but some of these multi-frags, and he just kept a good inventory of where that next target would come from after he found the first one, waiting for the hunter. And dupreeh thought he'd catch him falling all the way back. Well, that wasn't the case today. NaVi in pole position once again, one round away from locking up the opening round of Legends. As the days roll on, we're going to see the opening round of Legends make the difference between who gets through and who doesn't, and nobody is safe.
It's been NaVi with chances to close every time. Vitality just simply fighting to stay alive. Last overtime, it was one chance. Now they've got three. Magisk, tucked in, committed. Nowhere to go. Just be ready for the fight if it comes your way. NaVi very spread out right now, playing every part of the map. Spinx gonna drop down.
Lurk is coming. This spot is so powerful.
Does Bit see this? No! Spinx comes out on top with the kill.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage in there, and one of the few times we've seen him come out this quickly.
ZywOo doesn't shoot. I thought maybe Magisk would get a chance to fight, as Electronic could have been called forward. But I love this. Spinx, because he's low HP, it's affordable for him to run a risk. And I think he got close enough to hear rotations, because look at the CT's run. Over towards that B site they'll go. Met by a nade is Electronic, and that is a nervous sign of things to come. Who's gonna puncture their way through? Apex gets tagged, but he's so supported in this position. Perfecto will catch Spinx. That was the low HP.
Oh,
and NaVi, they see that as the invite to rock this boat back.
Yeah, they just saw that kill come through. They're like,
Who's
okay,
waiting?
something's wrong.
Apex on the catwalk, dupreeh inside the bomb site, but Apex gets caught out by the mid-point.
They're going window?
They're gonna throw something in, 5 seconds left. ZywOo gets splattered, and now Simple's got a lot of it locked in. dupreeh holds, no, there's time. It slides by a second. dupreeh just being there's enough. Every CT dies, but Vitality keep the show going.
One extra second, no time to pull that bomb out and plant, but my God, when we talk about stretching it thin, they did everything they possibly needed to, and it felt like a little bit too much to get that window boost in play, but that's what was stopping them from getting up to connector. If they just ran haphazardly through, they wouldn't be playing to win. They'd be playing to look like they're trying to win, and NaVi made sure to make that as real as possible. That was terrifying, but it's still Vitality staying alive, still on CT side where they got 10 rounds in regulation, and still happy that they won another close round, because they have gone back and forth all throughout this game.
It's 1 survived, 2 to go. Deep on the ramp. Magisk gonna get the 5v4. Nade, that could be big damage. It's a little bit of chip on Bit and Electronic. Perfecto slides out from the Palace, in with the kill. Magisk back to the action, called into the A site, culling every player that tries to get beyond him. It's a rock solid hold, a critical round for Magisk. And he's gonna press in, but Bit finds it blind. There's ZywOo in with the op, gets the better of Simple. Bit's turn to hit hard, but ZywOo finds both. And Vitality now surviving 2 of 3 with only 1 round left.
God damn.
1 round left to survive.
ZywOo's been doing such an amazing job working off the corner of these smokes. It's not the first time he's used this one way. Finding 3 different ways to use the same smoke and basically never in danger. Super sharp on the shots as well, barely taking a bullet or 2. Vitality persist. Look to make it triple overtime on day 1.
A team that struggled to survive the Challenger stage now has NaVi.
It's finally a fast B split. They're actually quick up cap, but they get shut down immediately.
Spinx slides through.
Bit taking some damage.
Comes through unsuspected. Double man advantage, and NaVi have hit a brick wall. They've met their maker. So it seems. Final chance into B. Everybody from Vitality starting to scramble over, need clean entries, and dupreeh replaces Apex's position, holds it down, as he has all map long. Simple's all that's left. Desperate. And with nowhere else to go but forward, ZywOo locks it in. We need a 3rd overtime and another break.
Yeah.
Down, but where's ZywOo's fragged? He's got to start posting something, but from where? ZywOo, he's just got a slight gap under the smoke, and it's enough to catch Boomich in transition. ZywOo wants to pull it across the line. 2 frags onto 2 of the best. And now swings out for another. He's possessed. ZywOo won for another ace. Another clutch. It's Perfecto hunting him. No one has been able to knock him on his ass yet, and he's got 6 HP. It didn't stop him before, and it doesn't stop him again. ZywOo!
I think so.
Yeah. Off go. One more.
Nice.
Maybe PB out. Balcony.
Last unknown.
Unknown. 4v1.
Who is left? Simple. He's BF.
Bitte. I'm baiting you, I'm bench, Peter. Not pushing, not pushing.
Nice!
Let's go! Let's keep fighting.
Oh!
The win on this map of Mirage has been in the hands of NaVi more than 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Every chance they've had to close, Vitality hang on. Will OT number 3 be the difference? Is this where Vitality can sweep a CT side and then extend into an offensive of their own? Time to find out. But one thing's for sure, the struggles of the challenger stage from Vitality have hardened them to the point that they can go toe-to-toe with NaVi yet again.
Yeah, going 5-10 in halves and then going 2-1 in OTs, keeping that ratio 2-1. For the CT to T side, it kind of makes sense that the 1 OT wasn't good enough, 2 OTs weren't good enough. And Vitality, at least I think one thing they've definitely been improving upon or just showing that this is their key to success is winning inside a middle. The T side from NaVi was great when they were focusing on sites. When it comes to approaching this default, they've been kind of losing their opening duel more often than not. Electronic and Bit. Electronic, it's a kind of a new spot for him on T side, working inside a middle. And it's been a problem, but look how fast and how far we've gotten for SDY, clearing the site now.
Electronic right behind him. Some Die Young catches Spinx.
That's with window room controllers. No one here to stop him.
dupreeh.
They want to pause now and wait.
Interesting situation. 2 Danes on the backside of A.
They're waiting to wait this smoke out, but oh my god, the firebox
dupreeh. Oh, it's gone unchecked. They're going to move this one forward. The bomb plant exposed. dupreeh starts to work out. It's not going to be spotted just yet. He's going to keep sliding out. Catches 2. There we go. dupreeh, a 3rd. Everything they need inside that bomb site. Frag destined for him, but still he stands tall. Simple misses the flick. dupreeh's gun's empty. He peeks back out, and that's NaVi's ability to take this back. It falls on ZywOo, and Perfecto catches the headshot to give NaVi an early start.
Quick trade. How did they get out of that? I can't even believe it. From that position with dupreeh on 3 frags from the firebox. What more can you ask one man to do? It's unreal, man. He didn't even play this too often, but the 2 times that he has.
Worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, well, you'd think. You'd think. But it's in vain. NaVi get the round. Get the round on T side. They get a second chance. At the 10-yard line, NaVi have been trying to go for mid, late, getting pulled apart by the CTs, and having almost no chance in these decider rounds. What in the hell was that?
Spinx shattered. Some Die Young's gonna creep out again. Magisk. And this underbout position's been problematic for NaVi in back-to-back rounds. Magisk not gonna find the pocket, down to 74. It's a quarter burned, and then distracted over towards connector because the mid players call that it's a problem. So Perfecto slides in.
If he hits this, I have no idea.
He's the one that closed the last round, and he opens up this A site yet once more. dupreeh's about to peek off ticket. ZywOo holds back, and the bomb's gone down. Electronic sees the barrel. ZywOo doesn't realize, but he is standing on death's doorstep. Across and damage done, but Electronic's chance to strike. Bit waits, and Apex has to double back to try to deal with the window player. Meanwhile, dupreeh starts his onslaught, begins to press forward. Now he doesn't have a kit, he doesn't have a smoke. That's on Apex's belt. He needs the help, but this problematic player up in ladder is going to serve up too big of an issue for Vitality, and so NaVi will take a 23rd.
Yeah, that was the key position. They just can't dislodge him from that spot. Electronic knows he has every advantage in the world, just sitting there and waiting. The bomb's even planted kind of behind default, or sorry, mid-site, ready for Electronic to win that round. All he has to do is sit inside of ladder room, let his teammates take more fights, and bring that down to a 1v1 if it even gets there, and it's over. And Apex feels like he can't even walk up the stairs of connector safely. And that's just to get the retake started. So a much more solid round, and I'll be honest, I didn't even notice how Electronic got into that spot because, again, every single time they try to barrel down mid, Vitality have cut him off at the pass, and now it's that double palace push again that we saw work so well versus Perfecto. But
He's
this
ready.
time it fails.
He's ready. Last time caught gun out. Magisk can't even get the better of Bit. That FAMAS betrays him. And Vitality about to give up another clean sweep to NaVi, but this time it's their T side. It's been rock solid defense from both teams from regulation till now, and suddenly OT3, it's a whole new game.
They sent both of their poorest players, the two Danes, in with FAMAS's, and they can't win the duels.
Can ZywOo do this on his own? A1S ready, Simple's dead. Remember, Perfecto and Bit nearly finished already, and ZywOo puts out the fire. Spinx comes in to help, Bit catches him, ZywOo burnt to a crisp from Young. That smoke simply not enough, and Apex needs a huge clutch. You'd think far too big an ask. Bit locks it in. An excellent T-side comes out of NaVi, and now you'd think surely with more than 10 chances in match points that this is the end.
Yes, the first time they've finally broken the ratio. They've gotten the 3-round streak. They shut it down after winning the first 2 rounds. We finally see a repetition and some opening tactics here from Vitality. It's only natural. Both teams showing their full range here on Mirage. It's been a nutritious demo. You know, the amount of different plays that have come out, how many gambles, how many different looks. They've shown everything that they possibly have. And NaVi now have finally found an answer to some of those previous dilemmas and put themselves in the most powerful position possible. Simple looking for 40 kills on this game.
Just screams that it's just too much. Vitality needing to dig deeper than ever, and with a missed volley, things go awry. Young finds Apex. He'll have to call from the shadows. dupreeh will answer. Simple, however, closes the B store, and Young in with a second kill. Go back to an overtime previous. He was constantly good for one on the CT side, in connector, in the A site. Well, now going above and beyond. ZywOo and Magisk in a 2 versus 4. And they're gonna crawl out from the ramp. However, backside's occupied. Electronic sees it, ends it, and I mean ends it. Finally, this one gets put to bed. Vitality come through with an excellent showing, warmed up from the challenger stage. But now, a set of legends will walk away from an opening game holding a well-fought win.